Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm actually going to talk to Vincent Onyame. And then Vincent is doing his PhD in biostatistics, fully funded. Don't be scared about the course, but he came here as a master's student. He did his master's, and then before he moved on to do his PhD, fully funded master's as well. So we are here to talk to him to find out about his journey, how he got his scholarships, and how the journey has been so far, and take some pointers from him as to how he's been able to do all this. Hi.
Hey, Rachel, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm super good here.
Okay, so Vincent, I know you are in South Carolina. Can you tell us the name of your school?
Yes, I'm currently at the University of South Carolina. That's the flagship university of the state of South Carolina.
Okay, so you are doing your PhD in biostatistics, as I said, right?
Absolutely.
Fully funded?
Let's say 75-80%,
Okay, so let's say 75-80%. That's good. That's really good in this hard economy of these days.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Now we are going to start from your journey. How did the whole study abroad journey, how did it start? Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, it's the first time somebody's asking me this question, but I think I can probably way back to when I was in high school. I actually went to high school in Adan, so I did science, and
Your high school again? I didn't catch that. I didn't quite.
Yeah, I went to high school in Adan. That's Adan Senior High School.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I did science there, and so back then I kind of have that like vision board where I really wanted to know where I want to be 10 years from now. That's 10 years from high school then. So I was very particular. One of the things I said to myself, I said that was to like have my bachelor's in Ghana and have my graduate degree outside Ghana. So then, of course, US destination was not very popular. So Europe was quite the place that was on my mind. So that's how. So right from senior high school, the intention and the plan has always been there to have my graduate school abroad. Yeah.
Okay, so you had a vision board. So that's one takeaway that I'm actually getting from this. So, guys, if you want to do this journey, first of all, get a vision board and you can take it from there. So then afterwards, what next? Where did you attend tertiary in Ghana? And then what happened? Did you work a little before coming? How did your whole process, like, how was it like after high school?
Yeah, well, Rich, after high school, I went to University for Development Studies. That is UDS, Nabrumo campus precisely. I studied actuarial science there. It was one of the best moments of my life. Obviously, having raised in Ghana, I'm from Adan, so traveling up north was actually the first time. But I mean, I love adventures. I love traveling, so that was it was quite natural for me to move up north to have my bachelor's degree there. So after my bachelor's degree, I did my national service with Provident Insurance Ghana Limited as an insurance underwriter at Provident Towers. Initially, I started from Provident Towers around Circle. I don't know if they're still there, but and then after some few months, I was moved to the Tema branch. So after my national service, I was there on a contract for 4 years, and so whilst in my national service, I decided to save money towards my GR. Then back then, when I finished my national service, 2015, the whole education I brought in was primarily China. China became a craze, and a lot of people go to China. But I kind of knew what I wanted myself, and be somebody from background in natural science, United States became like the number one destination for me. So I started saving out of my money from the salary, or it wasn't salary per se, but the money I get from
Alawa, the national service Alawa.
Alawa, yes. So I started saving.
You see, guys, you're using your Alawa to sponsor your girlfriends, but somebody was saving his Alawa to travel. That's not to say you should not spend on your girlfriends or something. But you have to be very tactical. So let's take it from there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was saving. I think I was back then. I was giving around 350 Ghana cedis. I hope now they've increased that money. Yeah,
I
but
think it's around 500 and something, I think.
yeah, that's good now actually. And I saved a little every month, and then I decided to write GRE. So I wrote my GRE. My first GRE I wrote was in 2015. I wrote it, GRE in Ghana. And so after my GRE, I started doing my application right in 2015. So I applied to universities like South Dakota State University, Youngstown State University in Ohio, Illinois State University, Bowling Green. I felt so much in love with that school. I don't know why.
What
And
school?
then Bowling Green State University.
Oh, where's that located?
It's also in Ohio, Bowling Green.
Okay, okay, okay.
Ohio, University of Texas, El Paso, and a couple of other schools, Ohio University as well. So, so when I finished with my GRE, I made applications, of course, and then, of course, application fees payment in Ghana is also a big thing.
Crazy.
So back then, I wouldn't say I was let me say I was fortunate. Then the city wasn't super high as
Your rates, yeah.
yeah, it was quite okay. It was around 3 Ghana cedis or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you save like maybe a month or 2 months salary, and you can make at least one school application. So I did a couple of applications in the US. I also did Canada as well. I applied to University of Saskatchewan. Also, I did my applications. All these applications were in either actuarial science or statistics or mathematics. Yeah. So
Okay, wow, that's amazing. But so I just want to come in, not to cut you, but I just want people to know that those days GRE was a huge thing. You
yeah,
could not come without GRE.
yeah, absolutely.
After COVID or during COVID, there's a lot of schools that have waived the GRE. So if you
Yeah.
are scared of GRE, I will give you a list of schools. Most of the schools I present on my channel actually have the GRE waiver. So don't
Mhm.
let GRE also scare you, okay, from applying. So for his time, it was really a huge requirement. But for now, it's pretty optional. And I also want to ask you this before we continue.
Mhm.
What was informing your choice of schools? Because I noticed you mentioned a couple of schools. What
Yeah.
criteria were you using to choose those schools?
Yeah, so I mean, the criteria were very simple. Make good use of LinkedIn. Then there were a couple of guys from Ghana who were in most of these schools, and those guys were mostly from UCC and KNUST. And then because of the being a actuarial student in Ghana, we have this actuarial association whereby we've had opportunity to meet students from other people, obviously. So, and also I was very intentional about my
Mm,
search for these schools. So, sometimes you Google online, you come to LinkedIn, you see somebody's at New Mexico State University, you quickly go there, you check out the school, you check out the alumni, those from Ghana, you realize, okay, this guy is doing masters in natural science, doing masters in mathematics. So what do you do next? You check their background, similar to yours, then or sometimes you can reach out to them. Not all of them will respond, but I think 7 or 8 out of 10, some do respond to you. So these were the things that informed the choice of my schools. Yeah.
wow. So as I'm going through this interview, I'm picking up some lessons for my subscribers and my viewers. And I just want to give a recap of what we have so far. Number one, you need to save no matter how little your money is. You don't have to go out there thinking somebody is going to jump, and come and save you. It's your journey. So one, you need to save for it. As little as 350 Ghana cedis a month, you are still able to save and apply to schools. Number two, GRE, but this time around, GRE is not required. So you can find schools without GRE. Number three, as she said, networking was very important. So you were going on LinkedIn and connecting, and you were very intentional, and that informed the kind of schools that you were choosing. So these are the points that I have so far, and they are already awesome. So let's
Yes.
continue with the rest of the journey. Now, you've chosen a couple of schools, you've applied. How many admissions did you get? Tell me.
So I mean, I think I got most of the schools I got into. Funny enough, the school that I came to the US for my masters, East Tennessee State University, wasn't on my list. Because then, yes, that's how God works. Is amazing. Because then I was so much interested in certain schools like Bowling Green, as I mentioned earlier. Youngstown State, Illinois State University, and these programs, because they have some component of actuarial science in their graduate program, that is their master's program. So it was just a natural fit for me to be biased towards those schools. But then I got admission into all these schools: Youngstown, Ohio State, Bowling Green, Illinois State University, but none of them came with funding. And so when I was doing application, of course, my money finished at a point. Yeah, so then when you list all these schools, you have to sort or rank these schools. So the ones that you think, okay, like high school to get in, low school to get in, and the medium schools to get in. And so you have to be very intelligent and intentional. You don't just like put in applications to any schools you see online. So you also have to assess your chances of getting into these schools. Yeah. So basically, sorry. So basically, that's what happened to me. So when I put in the application for all these schools, I did interview with some of these schools, like Ball State University. I had about three of my friends from UDS, from my program in UDS, went to the master's program at Ball State University. Two of them have finished their PhD here, and another one's about to finish. So I couldn't get into those schools. It wasn't biased for me to go into that school. I didn't get to that school. Then somewhere in April, May, that is when you tend to get funding. I'm sorry to add that I did not get into those schools, not because I have admission, but because I didn't get funding. Yeah, back then funding was a very huge thing. You don't just stand up and say, okay, I have admission, I'm coming to the US. Unlike nowadays where people just want to get admission and try to make their way here. Our time, none. When I was in tennis, nobody from Ghana came to that school without having funding prior to coming to the US. So that tells you how much of a work we put in to get into these schools. Yeah. So because I didn't get into these schools, I had an interview with Bowling Green State. That interview, for some reason, poor internet at Vodafone Cafe in Tema. Yes, I need to call them out.
I hope they are better now. They beg.
Yeah, I hope they do better now. So that I missed that opportunity. So I was doing all these things whilst I was so fortunate to still be at Provident Insurance in Ghana then. And I quite remember, because I didn't get to these schools, I already did application for what's the name? East Tennessee State University, but I did not submit it because I was short of money. And I was also thinking, okay, I've done about 6-7 schools now, so at least out of the 7, at least I should be able to get into one of them. But sorry to my disappointment, I never came. So I was like, okay, instead of me wasting time, let me just put in my last application, which was East Tennessee State University. So I did that, and within 2 weeks, I got an admission. So when I got admission there, and I reached out to the program coordinator, and he told me, "Oh, it's rather unfortunate. You submitted the application late, so they've given out all the funding. That is the graduate assistantship." Yeah. So then I told him what next, and he said, "Okay, so the best is I can try and defer the program." Yeah. So then I was still at Provident Insurance after a while. For personal reasons and because I wanted to fully focus on this, because at that point I was still in contract with a company, and I didn't really see my future well in a company, so I had to be very intentional about myself and where I want to be. So I decided to resign from Provident Insurance, and I took a teaching appointment, all to prepare me for graduate teaching assignments experience. So I taught basically less than 1 year elective mathematics in this school, Presbyterian Senior High School in Osino in the East Region. I was there for less than a year, and so when I got there and I continued working on my applications to the US, and obviously because I deferred my admission to East Tennessee State, and the following year I was lucky to get a funding, and the rest is history.
Wow. So I just want to highlight this part. It really baffles my mind. You stopped your job at Provident to take a teaching job. And I'm sure the salary difference, there was a huge salary difference, right?
Well, I mean, surprisingly, because you're, when you're in contract in Ghana, they don't pay you that
Oh, they're
much.
not paying that much, so the difference
Yeah,
is not that much.
yeah, but the teaching, the money was okay. I
It was
mean,
okay as compared to the contract staff. The difference was not much.
yeah, it wasn't much then. Then also, corporate Ghana, there's a bit of like pressure in terms of like go to work every day, 8 to 5. This Tema, those who know Tema very well, Tema to know what that beach road traffic,
Yeah,
it's
I know
very
them.
difficult road
I
to take.
grew up partially in Tema, so
Yeah, 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 yeah. So every day I commute that route to work, and the stress level. Actually, I also forgot to add that I wrote GRE twice, so it wasn't just once. Yeah, when I wrote the first one, some schools will tell you, okay, your score is not
low.
really good. I had to write the GRE again, and make all these things. Yeah, so
So that's also a sign of persistence. So you didn't give up when your first GRE score was bad. Just look
yeah,
at a hustling man making very little
yeah,
per month. He's just hustling. He writes GRE for the first time. He's discouraged, but he just pushes on and he writes it the second time, and it just gets better. And then
yeah,
right now you got an admission, full scholarship. It was a full ride, right?
yeah. It was fully funded.
Applied to East
Yeah,
Tennessee University. Now I'm hearing some things about Tennessee University. I'm hearing it's like they have money, like they're giving a lot of scholarships. Just tell us a little about the scholarships people are getting. To an extent that I hear that some people get the admission, they don't get the scholarship, but when they get to the school, they eventually get the scholarship. Tell me about that.
yes. So I mean, East Tennessee State University was one of the 2 years spent there was one of the best moments in my life. I've met very incredible people from different country. I've made good lifelong friends from Nigeria and other countries as well. So when was we're there, most of us from Ghana, we had like
A
funding.
community
I think
photo.
coming in.
Did you have like a community like of Ghanaians?
Yes, we have it's unofficial community, but of course, the Ghanaian law firm is there. There are so many people there. A couple of the professors also from Ghana. So it was quite okay. We also have Shades of Africa. Then it's a very strong, unified African association of students. So we do every now and then we do a couple of programs and there. So whilst we're there, one of our friends, she's currently doing a PhD in Florida. She was then in the public health program. Then her background is pharmacy from I think from Kenya University, and she was the only one who came without
Funded.
funding as teaching assistant sheets. But here's what she did. She came way at least 1 month ahead of us, and she started search for the funding. So these are some of the things that you do. If you don't have funding, then you cannot come to the school the time those who have funding are coming, obviously, because you are going to stress out and opportunities may be reduced. So she came very early, had I think more than one or two opportunities for graduate funding. Yeah, and aside that, there are also people from other countries and who also came without funding, particularly Nigeria, who came without funding, and they all got funding. So ETSU, short form for East Tennessee State University in Johnson City, Tennessee, was quite generous in terms of giving funding. The very least they give is tuition scholarship. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So note that school down, East Tennessee University. Guys, if you are listening, note this school down, go to their websites, look for the courses. If it matches, your profession or your background or anything like that, please apply. You make
Yeah.
so that's about it. So then you completed East Tennessee University.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then what happens? Because I know after graduate school, the next step is also it's also huge. We can talk about it because I've been through it now. Job search on OPT. How was it like? Tell us your experience. Because I know you were doing a good job. Guys, he was doing a good job.
Well, actually, it's very challenging when you about to complete your program in the US. Like a friend of mine would tell me, Dennis would say, if you come to the US fresh, you are a bit relaxed, you are trying to enjoy, the full circle moment. Sorry, from your transition from Ghana to the US. So you somehow feel like, okay, you are a United States citizen, so you're kind of relaxed.
Especially when you get your social security card
Yeah,
and your driver's license, you think you are one.
you're kind of relaxed. But then again, if your program is about to get end and the reality starts setting, that's when if you don't plan yourself very well ahead of time, then you can be. I mean, it's going to be like a very challenging moment for you. But it depends. So once you are in your master's program in the US, you have to quickly decide what you want to do, whether you want to do OPT, or you want to go into another graduate program, whatever your choice may be. So you have to know that very early. For some reason, some people might be indecisive, obviously, because some people want to work and the work doesn't come, and later they have to transition to PhD and all those things. So know what you want first and plan very well ahead of time. In my case, I initially wanted to get into PhD programs, and there was this job opportunity that came, and I felt like, okay, I need to put on hold with my PhD dreams and go and make some small money. Yeah,
Not small
yeah,
money. Stop lying to my subscribers. It's not small money.
yeah. And it becomes very challenging because those opportunities. I lost so many big opportunities because I do not have work permits, not OPT, work EAD, but I mean, you do not have like a green card, that's
Yeah.
US green card. And some of the companies too, they do not file work permit, that is the H1B visa, they do not. So it's very challenging where you feel like, okay, you're a great fit for certain companies, but because of your inability to get green card, you get overlooked, So I was in I
It
was in
has
so,
to be. Mm-hmm.
I was in so many similar situations, and after a while, I realized, okay, this is not working, So others have taken, you know, roles that they think is the best for them, and for me, I felt like, okay, my best opportunity is probably to get back into the PhD program. So already then I had my program at the University of South Carolina, Augusta University, and a couple of other universities, and I deferred them. And so I later came to the University of South Carolina, where it's been an incredible journey so far. It's one of the most difficult moments in my life because yeah, PhD program in the US is not joke.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, so having been here, it's after first semester as a graduate teaching assistant. I've been privileged to get opportunity to work with one of the biggest insurance companies in Ghana. Sorry, in the United States.
Ooh, I like to do my little celebrations in between because I
Yeah.
believe every journey there's a part that is worth celebrating. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I'm currently right after my first semester in my PhD
Wait,
program.
before that, let me guess the company. Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Yeah, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Woo! Yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield is one of the biggest insurance companies in America. So
Yeah.
congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I mean, right from my second semester in the program, I've been with Blue Cross up to now.
Okay, that's amazing. So that means you're doing your PhD and you're doing some work for them at the same time.
Yes, it's very interesting because a lot of people ask me. I have my Asian friends who ask me, so how is this possible? Because you're an international student, you're not supposed to
That,
work.
yeah, so that's the part that is very, very, very interesting. And I want you to tell us a little about that. Maybe I may be going to do PhD. Maybe you motivate me.
Yeah. I mean, you see, the whole point about international students do not work means that if you don't have like authorization from the school or from the immigration services, means you do not have to work. But in the case of I feel like it was a great opportunity. So Blue Cross Blue Shield, they were in dire need of statistical programmers. So and they reached out to our department. Apparently, there had been some pre-arrangement before, so it was I wasn't the first timer. I wasn't the first timer to go there from our department. So they reached out to me. They reached out to the department. They sent an application. These applications were published on their website, so it's open to everyone. And I applied. I did interview as anyone could be
Okay.
interviewed. Yeah, and I was fortunate to get into it. So right after they picked you, then that's where the whole challenge comes between them, the school, and the immigration thing, and they also have to argue that okay, they are in dire need of people, and the school also have to argue that you have the capacity to represent the school very well. So it becomes like a tripartite thing where immigration, then the USC and the Blue Cross are able to sit down. Yeah, and so it was the contract took about 2 months, 2 to 3 months to be done because of the legal gymnastics. Yeah. Because yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, I would say your case is very special
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's very rare. Like it's rare for you to have like, instances like this. That means that one of the things I'm picking out is that you need to, pursue a skill that you'll be sought
Yeah.
after.
After, yeah, absolutely.
So when you're coming, you need to have a strategy. You need to
Hmm.
pursue a skill that you actually be sought after. So
Yeah,
that's really, really amazing. Now we've followed your journey throughout.
yeah,
And right now you are doing your PhD and you're working for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
yeah.
Now, what have been your major challenges? And if you could do this whole process again, how would
Mhm.
you do those things very differently?
Wow. Well, I mean, this is a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Asking questions.
yeah, this is very interesting question. If I have to start this whole thing right from Ghana to here,
Mhm.
I would say, I mean, others left it late to start, dreaming about education abroad thing. After COVID, this whole thing became a past. But then, prior to that, it was there. It was probably for people who were already, determined, not just for other motives, but purely for academic reasons. So
Mhm.
I started very early. I had all my GRE materials before I left UDS, and all those things were there. So, um, in terms of challenges, I would say probably, if you don't have funding, support, financial support, it's something that it's a big time problem. In my case, I did not have any financial support from anybody. So I need to save. Even when the opportunity came for me to come to the US, I need to defer for 1 year and saved 1 year to pay for all my expenses and stuff like that. Of course, I acknowledge like support from a few other people, yeah, but invariably you determine, how things happen or bounce out in your life. Yeah. So
Okay. So we will say that funding was your major challenge.
yes,
So
yes,
what
yeah.
about the culture when you came settling in, the food, the mode of transportation, the weather? Tell us about some of these things and how you were able to deal with them.
Yes, of course. With every new culture, you are going to get a bit of like culture shock. And in the US, it wasn't an exception. And obviously, the weather, beginning it was okay, it was fine. For the weather was okay. So gradually, we're getting to spring, and it became real. And then snow came in. Man, the first time seeing snow, I was like, Jesus Christ! It's like, what is this?
What
You know,
is this?
yes, I just woke up one day, the whole place everywhere was white. I was like,
Right.
what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, those things they are not nostalgic, but those things were like a shock. Of course, the food here. One of my first culture shock was when our host back then ETS has a very good project, or what they call bacchanals, but or whatever they call it. So if you're an international student and you are coming to the school, they're trying to link you or set you up with a host family, which is an American. So normally they pick you up from the airports and they help you with your transition. Yeah, that's it's very good. And we had one, Madam Caroline, and she took us to a park, and she tried to serve us with American dish. So I took a bite with chicken. It was all sugar. I was like,
No, it's you are even glad to taste sugar. Maybe you may not taste anything, it will be bland.
Yeah, it was sugar. Like really, I was like, what is this? And so
Yeah.
that was my first
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 cultural shock.
culture shock. Yeah, it was interesting back then. Yeah, but I think I'm okay. Even though I still don't really like chicken with those sugary sauces, but
Yeah.
I think every now and then I can take a bite or two and I'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Your taste buds are adopting. Don't worry, your taste buds.
Yeah.
All right. So it's really been an amazing journey. And
Mhm.
so what are you looking out for? What does the future look like for you? Then we'll just wrap it up. I'll just give a summary, we'll just wrap it up. So what does the future look like for you? Tell us.
And the future, it's it's nobody. Sorry, we don't determine what happens in the future, but of
Yeah,
course.
but like you know how you had your vision board and you
Mhm.
manifested. I had an interview with one guy the last time. I was telling him that you dream, the dream comes to pass, then you have another dream.
Yeah, of course, of
You never
course.
stop. So, like, what does it look like for you?
Well, I mean, obviously now I'm still in my program. I'm done about almost 2 years into the program, and I still have so many things I need to do to be able to get out of the program with my degree. So that's obviously my first focus. Now my second focus is trying to look for opportunities. Fortunately, this time I'm blessed to have an opportunity with the Department of Energy,
Oh,
and
great.
yeah, with one of their prestigious lab in New Mexico, Albuquerque. It's called the Sandia National Lab, where I'm working with Dr. J. Lovesteps on computer research. Yeah, so this summer I'll be there, and beyond that, I'm primarily looking to where my research is going to be, and then obviously right after school, what happens next. So
Hey.
yeah, I'm biased towards
Not the girls who want to know if you are single. I'm sure you are dating, right? So that they'll come and
yeah. Nah, these things you don't say it on there.
you don't say it. So he's saying that you can come and chase him. So as and when he has he's gonna
I
yeah.
don't have money yet though, so yeah, he has to work in on that. Yeah, actually. So obviously beyond that, I'm looking into going to industry, either finance or by pharmaceutical companies. Obviously, by statistics, we do a lot of clinical trials, a lot of drug design and stuff like that. So looking forward into those areas. I've not really pinpoint exactly where I want to be. Of course, you don't have to uh, put your eggs in one basket.
One basket, true. Especially in a land of opportunity like America.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
you just put yourself out there and the best industry that takes you, you just settle into it. Because you didn't also
Yeah,
just look at the country. Money kakra soka home because of the money.
yeah. Money is yeah. Actually, they say money is everything, but let's get that one first before we.
Yes, then after that we think about the rest, right?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you so much, Vincent.
Mhm.
It's been a pleasure talking to you. And
Yeah.
Jenny has been amazing. We are praying, my subscribers and I, we are hoping for the very best for you. I know greater things are ahead. So
Thank you.
thank you for all the tips. I'm going to just do a summary and then put it at the end of the video so that we
Mhm.
can all learn from. These are true life experiences of people who have been here and then they are willing to share their journey. Thank you for coming out to share your journey. Not everybody is going to come out to share it because some of these information is really sensitive, and we as Ghanaians, we don't like to put ourselves out there. I don't know about the other African countries, but we don't like to put ourselves out there like that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. God bless you. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and leave your comments in there. Leave your questions in the comment section below. Just leave as much as you can. Vincent will be there to answer. I'll also be there to answer.
Yeah.
Which part of the process have you reached? How do you want us to support you? But sometimes we are also busy, so just bear with us if we are not coming to come and answer these questions. Thank you so much, Vincent. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it's been a pleasure to be on your show, and I wish you and your fantastic viewers the best.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.